welcome to our event tonight. This is a Juice Plus business launch, and it's called our Freedom Revolution event. My name is Jenn Brennan. I'm going to be your host tonight. So I'm actually a mom of 3 little kids. I live in Newmarket, and I'm from Canada. So you have a whole bunch of panelists tonight that are all Canadian, and we're so super excited to be your host this evening. So we're here in order to network with other mission-driven people on the topic of family health. You've been invited because somebody cares about you, somebody loves you, they respect you, and so you have been invited tonight so that you can see what we are up to. We are using a script, so if some of you see us reading, this is just a really duplicatable call so that people in our business can utilize this option and be able to share with others. So it's going to be relaxed. It's going to be super fun. So grab a glass of wine, grab a cup of tea, just sit back and relax and listen. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to sign up for anything. We're just here to share some information and to share some stories from the heart about what our experiences have been so far. So we hope that you'll enjoy yourself. And if you think of someone while you're sitting back listening to our stories that you think might love watching one of these calls, we have them every week from Sunday through Thursday night. So feel free to share. So to kick off, I'd like to ask you guys a question. Would you agree that being healthy today is a challenge? I'm sure you're sitting there going, heck yes. I know in our house, it's extremely difficult, especially here in Canada. We go to the grocery store, we get our groceries, a lot of the produce, like today I picked up some bananas. They could not be any more green. They've also already been in transportation, so they're now ripening on my counter. So it can really be challenging. It can really be frustrating, a little bit unpleasant, sometimes confusing to eat healthy every single day. So that's where we come in. I'd like to introduce you to a movement called the Healthy Living Revolution. So the other Canadians on this call, along with myself and thousands of other people around the world, are part of a really unique community that help to inspire healthy living around the world and to teach families how to take their health back through really simple, doable, and fun ways that are easy for everybody to do in a family. So the goal of the Healthy Living Revolution is to come alongside with other families who want to better their health and meet them where they're at to empower positive changes in their families along the way. So we do this through 3 different doorways. So the first are these awesome free resources that we have. The second are through nutritional support. And the third is through the organization that we are a part of. And this all makes it possible. So I want to talk to you a little bit about our free resources. So we have an awesome website called thehealthylivingrevolution.com. On this website, there are absolutely fantastic, clean cookbooks with really easy recipes to make. I even make some of them in my slow cooker in the mornings. I'll just chop up my food while I'm making the kids their breakfast and throw it into the slow cooker, and it's ready when we're done work at the end of the day. And to try and get the kids out the door, it just makes it really simple. I don't have to think about what I'm going to be having to make that night. We've got an awesome home fitness series. So I'm actually a personal trainer. You'll hear more of my story at the end of the call. But for me, this is such a great tool. There's 10 different at-home workouts for all different fitness levels. I was lucky enough to be part of a couple of the videos on there too. We had such a fun time making them. We've also got webinars on different healthy trends, things that are trending around the world. And we've also got a Start Strong program. And this program is designed to help raise kids up, create healthy living habits for children, create positive body images and good nutritional habits that they'll carry throughout their life. So you may want to look at these resources after. If you do, just contact the person that invited you onto the call tonight, and they will, I'm sure that they would love to send you the link to our website. So let's talk a little bit about nutrition, which is obviously the foundation of good health. I want you to sit there and think about how many days this week you've actually been able to get 9 to 13 servings of fruits, veg, and berries into your body. These are the most important aspects of nutrition that we need to get into our bodies each and every day. And we want to get raw fruits and vegetables and berries. They're not just good for you, they're absolutely critical. So, It's really difficult in this day of age to get those 9 to 13 servings, and we have found a way in order for you to do that. So even the best eaters need help, and that's why we are so thankful for the nutritional support of something called Juice Plus. So my good friend Kelly Skinner, who's actually married to my best guy friend from public school. We lived across the street. She's on my team, and she's absolutely fantastic. She's a busy mom of 2 and an RMT, and she is here to talk to you a little bit more about our Juice Plus products. I'm going to pass it over to you, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Jen. It really is an honor to be on this call today. Juice Plus, just so you know, it's over 30 different raw, vine-ripened whole foods. It's non-GMO and NSF certified to be pure. What I love is to call it my salad in a capsule, because really, like in here, I am getting 30 different fruits and vegetables that are GMO free. It's important to understand the process that the fruits and vegetables go through to be encapsulated or put into chewable form. Chewable form for my kids. First of all, our fruits, vegetables, and berries are completely vine ripened. So they remain attached to the plant until the nutrition is fully developed. The fruits and vegetables are then ground up, which is better than simply juicing. We use the entire whole food, including the peel, the leaves, the seeds, whenever possible, which provides much more nutrition. In an orange, for example, up to 80% of the vitamin C is found in the peel. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm certainly not eating my orange peels. And, you know, it is slowly dried at low temperatures, which helps to preserve the live nutrients. And then it's put into the capsules or, again, into the chewable form. What I absolutely love about the Juice Plus product is that it's scientifically proven. Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional product in the world, with over 35 published studies in peer-reviewed medical journals. It's food, not a vitamin. So when you look onto the label, you're actually going to see like apples, berries, cherries, that kind of stuff, because it's actual food. So it's not a nutritional label. And this is a nutritional label, not a vitamin label. And it's the same label that you would see on a bag of frozen broccoli in the grocery store. So the government actually considers this to be food. There is no warning label, so it's safe for people of all ages, whether we're pregnant, whether we're nursing, children, elderly, and even professional athletes. The chocolate and the vanilla complete shapes, which I'm all out of chocolate because my children eat them all. It is vegan, it's gluten-free, and it's whole food protein with fiber, amino acids, fruits, and vegetables into the shake. It's great as a quick breakfast, post-workout recovery, or a healthy snack. The Juice Plus Omega Blend, which we just launched last month, it is also vegan. We have the complete bars, which again, I'm all out of because my kids eat them all. And then we have the Tower Garden, which is absolutely amazing. My Tower Garden's in my basement, but that's what the Tower Garden looks like, and it's an indoor growing system. There are other excellent ways that we help people add more whole foods to their diet as well. We also have a 4-month program with a 10-day jumpstart called the Shred 10, which I absolutely love this guide because there's so much critical information for medical professionals and personal trainers in it. But together, we shred the foods and habits that are not serving us and stay closely connected for support and encouragement. So feel free to check out www.shred10.com if you'd like to learn a little bit more. A funny story about how I ended up on the product. The me that you're seeing today was certainly not the me of 2 years ago. 2 years ago, actually a little more than 2 years ago, I was tired, irritable, cranky, moody, always going for that afternoon pick-me-up of a coffee or something sweet to get me through the day. It was actually in May 2015 when the doctors were testing me for hypothyroidism, because on top of being tired all the time, which I thought was just normal, being a mom of a young family, running around all the time, I was actually losing my hair and my weight was fluctuating. And that's what I thought was normal. What I knew wasn't normal was that I was having to run my kids to the doctors 3 to 4 times a season for antibiotics because of all the sicknesses that was coming into our house. That I knew was not what I wanted for my family. And that is when I went looking for something that I felt was safe for my kids for me to bring into the home. And I say safe because when I was 9 years old, I was brought to the hospital to have my stomach pumped after eating too many vitamins for kids. So fast forward to today, and I've only been on the product now for 18 months. I no longer have the cravings for sweets or coffee in the middle of the afternoon. My hair has grown back so that now I'm actually comfortable and not embarrassed to wear my hair up. And my weight has now stabilized. And I say that because I used to have like bald patches on either side, and I never wanted to wear my hair down. It was quite embarrassing. And without a doubt, the doctors are no longer looking at me for possible hypothyroidism. What's even better is that in the 2 winter seasons, my children have not had to see a doctor for any antibiotics. We've had more fun days now than we've had sick days, and my children have taken it upon themselves to help others learn about health. I can't tell you the number of notes that I've actually received home from my kids' teachers, asking me about the recipes that I'm sending them to school with. I've had teachers asking me about the Tower Garden and how to get one into their school because my kids talk about ours so much. The tomatoes, the cucumbers, everything that we grow on it. I actually even have strawberries right now. And they've really become healthy living ambassadors at their school because of what I'm teaching them at home. I never realized how much I needed this product or this community until I had it. And I'm so grateful to Jenn for introducing it to me and welcoming me to this community. With that being said, I would like to introduce Mr. Larry Barnes to share a bit of his business story. Larry is a 100 clubber that lives out in beautiful Canmore.
Wow, Kelly, thank you so much. That was a great story. I really enjoyed it, and thanks for the introduction. So my story's pretty quick, but it's a story about a middle-aged man who started using Juice Plus 23 years ago. And I was 47 years old when I started. I was physically active as a professional cyclist, and I ran bicycle adventures in mountainous countries all over the world. And 22 years of that kind of performance had put my body under a lot of stress. And I had the aches and the pains to prove it, that's for sure. But I was so lucky when I heard about Juice Plus because I really believed that I was at the beginning of a big, big problem, and that was of systemic inflammation. I had Achilles tendonitis. It was really painful, and I'm telling you, that's not a good thing for a professional cyclist. I also had neck pain and bursitis and problems that I thought were just about getting older. But after taking Juice Plus for 5 months, things began to change, and the pain was literally disappearing. I had flexibility that I thought I'd never feel again. And I was actually feeling like I was getting younger. So let's fast forward about 23 years. I've had so many health-related things that have continued to amaze me. I've had an incredible run of really good health that could only be described as a miracle. Because I'm going to tell you a little side story here. In 2012, I was struck by lightning. Yeah, it was a freak accident, that happened to me when I was sailing out on the Pacific. And I can't go into detail about that. But the result was that I had a heartbeat that was drastically altered. And it looked like I was going to have to take drugs for the rest of my life. But when a doctor examined me, he said that, due to my good health and fitness, that he had a procedure that he thought would probably work. And I'll tell you what, it was a simple electrical procedure, but it put my heart back into sinus rhythm just right away. Actually, I thought that was a tune-up, for my body, because after that procedure, my heartbeat was 39 beats per minute. So that's pretty good. That's kind of what you call a resting, relaxed heart. So Today, I'll tell you what, I can bike, I can cross country ski, I can kayak, and I can do that with people that are 30 and even 40 years younger than me. My recovery is so efficient that I can do that day after day, without soreness, loss of power, or energy. I mean, I can just keep going. So today I'm 71 years old, and I'll tell you what, they haven't prescribed one single drug for me. I don't even take an aspirin. So you could say that the aging process doesn't have to be a debilitating and scary experience. Sure enough, though, I mean, time is going by and I'm getting older, but you certainly would not know that for what I'm able to do. So I love Juice Plus for what it's done for me and what it's done for my family. Because our kids grew up with Juice Plus and they've had all of those amazing benefits as well. Two of them were elite athletes and they considered Juice Plus to be their racer's edge and a very well-kept secret. And also, my son was horrified when he figured out that I was going to tell as many athletes as possible about Juice Plus. Well, anyway, the kids are all grown up now and they've had Juice Plus in their bodies for decades. They've never had drugs or antibiotics in their system. So I feel really assured that they're going to have vibrant health and they're going to be able to raise their families, with that too. So let's just say that the lucky people that are out there are the ones who really hear the music about whole food nutrition, and they're also taking Juice Plus every day. So that's my story. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to tell it. And, I'm going to pass the call off on, to a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, who's also an amazing athlete. She's a physiotherapist, but more importantly, Christy Reinhardt is raising a family with 3 beautiful kids that she's actually told me are her best advertisement for the Juice Plus business. So, Christy, why don't you just take it away?
Thanks so much, Larry. It's pretty special for me to have Larry introduce me, as he and his wife Barb were a big part of what initially attracted me to Juice Plus and to this business. Larry and Barb and I and my family, we met nearly 4 years ago. We were all camping out in Revelstoke, BC. Larry and Barb were in their 60s at the time, at an age where many people are still working and preparing for their retirements. But instead of that, Larry and Barb had the freedom to be out camping, hiking, exploring, and enjoying their hobbies. And enjoy them they did. Despite them being many years to my senior, they were doing mountain bike routes that I couldn't have managed. They were kayaking hours every day, out hiking. They clearly had the health and the fitness to enjoy their days. And I knew that that's something that I really wanted for myself and for my family. As Larry said, I work as a physiotherapist, but I work in the neuro area. So I do rehabilitation for people who've suffered from strokes. And I am acutely aware of how many people, due to illness or chronic disease, poor lifestyle choices sometimes, really never get to enjoy that side of life. I entered the business right away with our first family order. The product made sense to me. Fruits and vegetables, clean, vine ripened. How could you go wrong? With a family of 5, we promoted ourselves to the first commission level on our very first order. My business has grown over the years as I've shared it with my family and with my friends. And though I still work nearly full-time hours as a physio, and I have 3 very active, busy children that I support in many different activities, I've used stolen moments to grow my team. About 2 years ago, we took in my family what we initially thought was a really big blow. Falling victim to the failing economy here in Alberta, my hardworking hubby, Jeff, lost his job. We were a solid 2-income family at the time, and we were really stunned and really pretty scared until we started looking at the numbers and looking at the possibilities that this business held for us. And I'm so proud to be able to share. In fact, sometimes it makes me teary even to think back that we were able to turn this really scary time in our lives into the biggest gift. With the sideline income that my Juice Plus business produces, we had the freedom to make the choice for Jeff, my husband, to become a stay-at-home dad instead of continuing to have our kids in the care of a nanny. We have had the most exceptional couple of years. We've had long weekends every weekend for 2 years now. where we're together as a family, biking, cross-country skiing, hiking, getting outside. I, as a busy working mom, and I know you mamas out there know what I'm talking about, have more help managing the kids' activities, managing the household, managing the meals. Most parents appreciate the hours that it takes, but also the anxiety and the fatigue that comes along with that. We were able to take a month-long trip through California. We went to Disneyland, and then we decompressed by going and hiking and climbing and cycling in Yosemite and Sequoia National Parks. Last summer, my kids spent the bulk of their summer swimming in the lake at our lakefront cabin instead of sitting in a day camp waiting for my husband and I to get home from work and pick them up. It really has been the most incredible gift. It has given us the freedom to raise our own kids instead of the situation where we were compelled to have to pay somebody else to do it. And I will be forever, forever grateful for that. So if any of this appeals to you, I now have the privilege to share about our Freedom Revolution, which is our business community. To be clear though, the main mission of the Juice Plus company is to bring freedom through improved health. About 80% of Juice Plus is used by happy customers who have no affiliation with the company. Serving those customers, though, are those of us who have partnered with Juice Plus as a business opportunity. And we get paid well to do a lot of good. So as you listen to our stories, perhaps you'll think of someone else in your life that may need to hear what's possible. Two main questions that we get asked about the Juice Plus company. The first being, how does it work? The business is open to anyone 18 years of age or older. It's called a virtual franchise, and it costs $50 a year to own. We have an online office and a personal website, so we can run our businesses from our devices anytime, anywhere. And that's how Barb and Larry were able to operate their business while kayaking up the river in Revelstoke. We earn residual income by simply sharing Juice Plus, word of mouth. The company does the rest. They manufacture the Juice Plus, they deliver, they bill and collect from our customers, and they pay us monthly through a direct deposit. There's no inventory to keep. The only Juice Plus I take is my own. All of our commission levels are permanent. We don't have any quotas or minimums, and we have the freedom to choose an individual pace of growth. There's no glass ceiling though, and there's no territorial restrictions. In fact, Juice Plus company is in over 20 different countries worldwide. Our company was formed nearly 50 years ago by our president and our founder, a fellow named Jay Martin, and he's still at the helm today. We are a privately held, debt-free, multi-billion-dollar company. There's a family benefits package at the top position that includes medical, dental, disability, life and long-term care, chiropractic and prescription, along with things like college assistance, holiday bonuses, and a monthly expense allowance. This business can produce short-term cash, or it can be a long-term wealth building and retirement strategy. Oh, and by the way, not only does Juice Plus company improve healthy living, but healthy giving as well. We've impacted over 1 million families so far with free Juice Plus for kids through our Children's Health Study. We're the title sponsor in the St. Jude's Memphis Marathon Weekend. We are highly involved in the Boys and Girls Club and the Volunteers of America. Let us know afterwards if you want to hear any more details about how we're making a difference in any of those places. So now I get the privilege of passing the mic over to my friend Crystal. Crystal is not only a respiratory therapist, but she's a mom to 4 boys. So Crystal, if you could share with us why you decided to partner with the Juice Plus business.
Hi everyone, I'm Crystal. Thanks so much for being here tonight and showing us all your support and love. I joined this Juice Plus family only 4 short months ago, when I was probably at the lowest point of motherhood. I was exhausted, cranky, and I would say barely surviving. I couldn't cope with the after-school rush. I would find myself hiding in the bathroom, just scrolling through social media, just trying to escape. It was all I could do. The thought of cooking dinner, just didn't happen. So we would probably eat out at McDonald's at least once a week. I could barely stay awake with the kids. I would put them to bed at 7:30 and I would be in bed shortly after. So you could imagine what that was like for me and my husband and our relationship. It was pretty much non-existent at that point. So I don't know where I would be if we kept up with the lifestyle I was leading. I had no idea a few capsules could give me my life back. I fell in love right away with the products and all the new energy it gave me. I have stopped hiding from my kids after school. I have energy to cook dinner, to listen to them and all their demands that they have. And you know what? My new bedtime for me is 10 o'clock. I can honestly say I have more energy than my 4 boys. And if you have boys, you know how much energy that is. So I signed up for the business at the same time as I bought the products just to simply get a discount. And having 4 growing boys, I am all about the discounts when I can. And then my high school friend, Kelly, who you met earlier, she goes, you should come with us to the Juice Plus conference, and you should bring your 7-month-old with us. So I was like, oh, okay, why not? Going away, like I'll learn something about the products, and going away with 1 kid, when you have 4, juggling 4, when you get to go away with 1, that's like you're on your own private island and you have like a butler serving you and a personal masseuse. So I was like, all right, I am there. And so what started as just a girls' weekend away for me turned into something so much more. It has given me a community that I didn't even know I was missing. I realized that I had been isolating myself from building any new relationship with anybody, friendships, out of complete and utter exhaustion. Being around this group of like-minded people has filled the void, has given me a new sense of purpose to my ordinary everyday life. The simple act of sharing Juice Plus with other people has rekindled a passion of mine to help others and to teach them about their health. It has allowed me to be me, the me before I was a wife, the me before I was a mother, the me that I have always been meant to be. I would not trade my family or my friends for anything in the world, and I will continue to give everything I have for their greater good. But this company has given me a way to fulfill my purpose in life and leaving me feel complete, and then in turn allowing me to be more for my family. So being on mat leave after mat leave, and then another one and another one, this has left my husband to carry most of our financial burden for our family. He has a full-time job and also a couple side hustles on the side to support our family. He wakes up at 6:30 every day with the boys and is at work by 8. I usually have to force him for lunch, to have lunch or to take a break, and then the kids come home from school and the dinner happens and then bedtime happens. And after bedtime, he's back to work, answering emails, answering phone messages, sending out shipments. Like the man, he just doesn't stop. So as my paycheck grows, I am able to contribute and relieve some of that stress and burden from him. To think it can get even better than that. I am working from home part-time in between all of the chaos, in the stolen moments. Prior to this business, I just assumed I would be going back to work at Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, leaving the house at 5:30 in the morning, getting back well after 8 because of traffic. Meaning that means I don't get to see the kids for 3 days. I had no other option but to go back to work. But now that I've started this business and created another source of income and job security, I am determined to go back part-time, and even better yet, casually in the near future. Therefore, allowing myself to stay at home with my crazy boys and not send them to daycare. I will no longer be missing out on school activities or trips, helping them read their books, hearing about their day once I pick them up from school. And most importantly, I'll be allowing to soak in every last baby snuggle that I can before it's gone. I am so grateful for this opportunity and the gift of being authentically me. I am a sister, a daughter, a friend, a wife, and a busy mom to 4 beautiful boys. If I can do this business from my made-up office in my dining room with dominoes usually on the floor, I know that you can do this and you can turn this into anything that you dream it to be. Thank you for being here tonight and giving us your time. Sending you all my love and my joy. I'm just going to turn it back to Jenn, who's going to close out our night.
Thanks so much, Crystal. Wow. We actually did a dry run of this call, guys, and I was in tears after Crystal. Just so many powerful stories. And thank you all so much for sharing tonight. So I'm just really going to quickly tell you my story. So you know that I live in Newmarket. I've got 3 kids. My background is I went to teachers college, and I ended up starting my own fitness business because there weren't any jobs in Canada, in Ontario. And overnight, I had 150 women in my basement teaching them bootcamp classes every single week. I had no plan of becoming an entrepreneur. I had 3 babies during that time that I strapped onto me while teaching fitness classes, had no mat leaves, had no benefits. But to everybody else, it looked like I had this fantastic life. Inside, I was a drowning mom, like I'm sure many of you on this call right now are. I was exhausted and spent at every level of my life. So in walked my good girlfriend, Melissa Hyde, who introduced me both to the product and the business. I said no for 4 years. I didn't think I needed anything to get me healthier. I didn't think I needed an extra job. That was for sure. Until 4 years later, out of desperation, I said yes to both the product and the business at the same time, because I thought I definitely need something to get me healthier, and why not try something on the side? And who knows, maybe this will become my plan A one day. So about a year ago, I'm so happy to say that my plan B, which was this job, my side hustle, became my plan A. This is my full-time, part-time job, I say. I get to do fun things like this all the time. I get to work with amazing people like all of these individuals on this call, and I get to help inspire healthy living around the world. So, it's just been this wonderful opportunity to give me my life back. I don't need to miss any of my kids' events anymore, have babysitters, put them to bed. It's all me, and I get to do that. I get to do that again. So with that being said, we just want to thank you so much for being on this call tonight and for taking the time to listen to all of our stories. You might be sitting there thinking, hey, I want to know a little bit more about these products because, they're fruits and vegetables, and who doesn't need more fruits and vegetables? And if so, for $2 to $3 a day, this can be possible. Talk to the person that invited you tonight if you want to get some more information. And then you might be sitting there thinking, hey, something may have resonated with you with one of our stories, and maybe you want to join our mission. It's just so much fun. You have the choice to choose mom and dad care instead of daycare. Hardworking professionals don't have to sit on the highway for 2 hours every morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, and, come home and spend a half an hour with their kids, throwing them into bed because they've had a long work day. You can work from home on your own hours when you want to, where you want to, and from your phone, which makes it even easier. Empty nesters can increase their retirement. You can work from anywhere in the world, which is really cool. And even kids in college, starting to build some residual income on the outside to help pay off some student debt. So this is all possible using our simple system with a fun community. That is my big thing. Community is huge. I didn't realize how much I needed this community, and we call it our Juice Plus family because that's exactly what it's become. So with that being said, if you can think of anyone that you think would benefit from one of these calls, please feel free to share this with them. We thank you again for listening this evening, and thank you so much. Have a great night. Cheers.
Good night, everybody.